Concrete cracked and overgrown, laughter replaced by an unsettling silence. Abandoned parks hold a sinister charm. Beneath the rusted swings and faded murals, darkness hides secrets just waiting to be unearthed. Here are 3 chilling tales woven into the fabric of these forgotten playgrounds, testaments to the terror that can bloom where joy once thrived. 10-year-old Sarah loved rainy afternoons. The pitter-patter on the roof became a comforting lullaby as she devoured her favorite book. Today, boredom gnawed at her. With a sigh, she ventured outside, the rain turning the usually bustling Oakwood Park into a deserted wasteland. The sight that greeted her sent a shiver down her spine. The once vibrant slides, the heart of the park, lay twisted and broken, their metal bodies contorted like monstrous claws reaching for the sky. A morbid curiosity drew Sarah closer. As she neared, a chilling whisper drifted on the wind, a child's voice barely audible. "Don't come closer." Sarah dismissed it as her imagination, but the whisper grew stronger as she approached the tallest slide. Reaching out, a cold metal grip clamped onto her wrist. Panicked, she screamed, pulling back with all her might. The slide creaked in protest, letting out a deafening groan as it peeled a long, rusty strip from its surface. A faint inscription was revealed. "They took us while we played." Horror flooded Sarah. The whisper wasn't her imagination. It was a plea, a warning from children who vanished from the park one summer, never to be seen again. She fled, the echoes of her own scream mingling with the chilling whispers, a grim reminder of the park's dark secret.
The abandoned Fairhaven Funland was a derelict monument to forgotten dreams. Dust-covered bumper cars and faded murals of cartoon characters painted a picture of a once bustling amusement park. For 15-year-old Alex and his friends, it was a forbidden playground, a place to test their courage. Drawn by the eerie silence, they ventured into the heart of the park. The rusted carousel stood silent, its once brightly painted horses now chipped and faded. As Alex approached, a ghostly melody tinkled in the air, a haunting waltz that seemed to emanate from the carousel itself, curiosity overcoming fear. Alex reached out and touched a horse. A jolt of electricity crackled through him, throwing him back. Laughter filled the air, a chilling chorus of children's voices. The carousel began to spin, faster and faster, the horses blurring into a grotesque kaleidoscope. Spectral figures materialized, children with hollow eyes and skeletal forms. They reached out to Alex and his friends, their voices pleading, "Join us. Forever." Panic set in. They scrambled over the carousel in a desperate bid to escape. Finally, with a screech that tore through the night, the carousel stopped. The specters vanished, the park plunged back into a chilling silence. The only sound was their ragged gasps, the realization sinking in that they had narrowly escaped becoming part of the carousel's macabre collection of lost souls. Whispering Woods Park had a reputation for being haunted, a place where playful swings creaked with unseen hands and laughter echoed long after dusk. Local teenagers dared each other to visit after dark, testing their nerves against the whispered tales. On a dare, 18-year-old Emily found herself alone on the creaking swings. As she pushed herself back and forth, a sense of overwhelming sadness washed over her. The creaking swings seemed to moan, a low, mournful sound that resonated with a deep-seated pain within her. Whispers filled the air, a chorus of voices filled with despair and longing. Images flashed before her eyes, a young woman pushing a child on the very swing she occupied, her face etched with sadness. The swing set began to move on its own, gaining momentum with a horrifying speed. The whispers morphed into screams, tales of a young boy who had vanished from the park while playing on the swings. Emily screamed, struggling against the force that was pushing her higher and higher. She felt herself being pulled into the past, into the moment when the boy had disappeared. Suddenly, the swings stopped. Emily was back in the present, but something had changed. Emily opened her eyes, her vision blurry. She was lying on the ground, the cold metal of the swing beneath her cheek. Slowly she sat up, her gaze drawn to the spot where she had seen the image of the woman and child. There, carved into the wooden seat of the swing, was a single word: remember. Emily shivered, a sense of dread filling her stomach. She knew that she could never forget what she had seen and heard on the swings. The park was no longer a place of carefree fun, but a haunted reminder of the pain and loss that lingered in the shadows. As she walked away, the swings creaked in the wind, as if echoing the whispers of the past.